Welcome to the Explainer. We're heading to Sicily today, right to the slopes of Mount Etna. Now, this isn't just any wine region. It's one of the most dramatic, most fascinating places on Earth to grow grapes. I mean, we're talking about a story of courage, deep history, and just the raw, untamed power of nature. So let's just get right to it. The big question, the one that really gets you thinking about Mount Etna. Why on earth would anyone try to make wine on an active volcano? I mean, it sounds kind of crazy, doesn't it? Trying to grow something so delicate in a place that's all about fire and, total unpredictability. But here's the thing. As we're about to find out, that danger, that's actually part of the magic.
All right, so here's our game plan for this journey. First up, we'll tackle the whole wine from a volcano idea. Then we'll dig into the secret of the soil. After that, we'll meet the amazing native grapes that call Etna home. We'll look at the incredible comeback story of the region, its renaissance of fire. And finally, the best part, we'll talk about what it's like to actually taste the volcano's soul. Okay, first up, wine from a volcano. This is really where winemaking just completely defies convention. Our story kicks off on the slopes of Europe's highest and most active volcano. Seriously, forget everything you picture when you think of a vineyard. This isn't about gentle rolling green hills. It's dramatic. It's almost lunar, a landscape totally carved out by thousands of years of eruptions. Just try to picture this for a second. You've got these vineyards climbing way, way up to 1,000 meters high, and they're literally winding their way through these ancient hardened lava flows. These are vines just clinging to life at these insane altitudes, with their roots digging down through solid black lava rock. I mean, making wine here, it's not just a job. It's really an act of defiance. It's a powerful statement about human resilience against the wild, raw power of nature. All right, next up, the secret in the soil. We're going to uncover what makes Etna's terroir so unique. So how does an environment this extreme create wines that are so incredibly exceptional? Well, the secret, and it so often is when we talk about wine, it all starts with the land, the terroir. And the terroir here isn't just one single thing. It's more like a perfect storm, a magical combination of three key ingredients that all work together. You've got the volcanic soils, of course, then you've got the super high altitude, and finally, these absolutely wild temperature swings from day to night. Okay, so let's start with the soil. It's basically the volcano's fingerprint, right? It's this incredible cocktail of cooled lava, fine ash, and that light, porous pumice stone. Now here's the key. This soil is actually really poor in nutrients, and that's a good thing. It means the vines have to struggle. They have to work super hard, digging their roots way down deep to find what they need. And that struggle, it creates smaller grapes, but they are absolutely packed with concentrated flavor and the signature minerality that is just unmistakably Etna. You can't fake it. And that brings us to those other two pillars, the altitude and the temperature swings. Think about it. During the day, you've got that powerful Sicilian sun beating down, ripening the grapes, building up all that beautiful sugar. But then at night, because they're so high up, the temperature just plummets. It's like someone hits the brakes. This cool air slows the whole ripening process right down. And that slow, steady ripening is what allows the grapes to develop these really complex aromas while, and this is so important, hanging on to their fresh, vibrant acidity. And that acidity, that's the backbone. It's what makes a wine great and gives it the ability to age. Okay, so this terroir is so incredibly diverse, it's not even funny. Different lava flows from eruptions hundreds or even thousands of years apart have created these little microclimates, these unique little plots called contrade. The easiest way to think of them is like the famous cruise in Burgundy. It means a wine from this contrada with its old iron-rich lava could taste totally different from a wine from that contrada just 100 feet away with a newer, sandier soil. You could get dried cherries and earthy notes from one, and bright, fresh raspberries from the other. It's all down to that specific little slice of the volcano's history. Now, let's talk about Etna's native grapes. These are the real heroes that have adapted to the volcano. But listen, a place this unique needs unique heroes, right? You can't just stick any old grape variety on the side of an active volcano and hope for the best. It just won't work. Etna is the ancient home to grapes that have spent centuries, literally centuries, adapting to this one-of-a-kind place. So let's meet our two main characters, our protagonists. For the reds, we have Nerello Mascalese, the elegant, complex soul of Etna. And for the whites, we have Caracante, the electric, mineral-packed heart of the mountain. Honestly, these two grapes, they're the true voice of the volcano. People call Nerello Mascalesi the Pinot Noir of the Mediterranean, and you know what? It's a great comparison. It's got that same beautiful pale ruby color, those gorgeous perfumes of red berries and rose petals, that same kind of elegance. But then you get hit with that unmistakable Etna signature, a little bit of volcanic ash, some whetstone, maybe a hint of smokiness in the background. It's just so complex, so beautiful, and there is nothing else like it in the world. And then there's Caricante. Oh man, this grape is just lightning in a bottle. It is all about pure energy. We're talking laser-focused acidity, aromas of fresh lemon and grapefruit, and this really cool, salty, saline character. It almost tastes like a sea breeze blowing over volcanic rock. And the really amazing part? It can age for years. It develops these incredible honey and flinty notes, kind of like a world-class Riesling. It's just fantastic.
All right, our next chapter is the Renaissance of Fire, the story of the people who really harnessed the volcano. Now, here's something you might not know. Even though people have been making wine here forever, Etna's fame on the world stage is actually a really recent thing. For most of the 20th century, it was all about making tons of bulk wine, you know? Quality wasn't really the point. But then, everything changed.
So you have this super long history going all the way back to the Greeks and Romans, then this long period of decline where it kind of fell off the map. But in the late 1900s, a true renaissance began. You had this handful of producers, real visionaries, some from Sicily, some from all over, who showed up and just saw what everyone else was missing. They saw this incredible, totally untapped potential in the land and in these ancient, gnarly old vines. And their approach was key. They didn't try to fight the volcano or tame it. Instead, they decided to listen to it. They went back to the old ways, using traditional methods like training the vines in the albarello style, basically as individual little bushes. It's the perfect way to farm on these super steep terraced vineyards. And they really embraced this less is more approach in the cellar. The idea was to do as little as possible, to just get out of the way and let the grapes and that amazing volcanic soil do the talking. Okay, this is what it's all about, tasting the volcano's soul. We're going to get into what these wines actually taste like. So think about it. You take this unbelievable volcanic soil, the crazy high altitude, these heroic native grapes, and you add in a whole renaissance of human passion and belief. What happens when you put all of that together in a glass? Well, you get to taste the actual soul of the volcano.
So let's break it down. An Etna Rosso, the red, is just so elegant and earthy. Imagine fresh red berries, but with this dusting of volcanic ash over the top. It has these beautiful, fine tannins and a freshness that makes it amazing with food. Then you've got the Etna Bianco, the white, which is almost its polar opposite. It's sharp, it's salty, it's intensely mineral, like squeezing a lemon over a wet river stone. They're different, for sure, but they are both just pure 100% Mount Etna.
And you've got to talk about food, right? These wines were just born to be at the dinner table, especially with Sicilian food. That bright, zippy acidity in Etna Bianco, it's the perfect thing to cut through the richness of grilled fish or a creamy seafood risotto. And the Etna Rosso, with its earthy, savory notes, oh, it's an absolute dream with mushroom dishes, grilled lamb, or, and you have to try this, the classic Sicilian pasta alla norma. Just a perfect match. You know, when it comes right down to it, what makes these wines so special, so captivating, is that they really do transmit a sense of place. I mean, you can feel the energy when you drink them. This is not just fermented grape juice in a glass. It's a story. It's fire. It's stone. It's resilience. It's what people call the telluric force, which is just a fancy way of saying the raw power of the earth. And it's all right there, captured in the bottle. And so that leaves us with one last kind of provocative thought to chew on. Is it possible that the risk itself, the constant, ever-present threat of the volcano, is actually the secret ingredient? Is that what pushes the vines and the people to create something so exceptional? Maybe that tension, that constant dance with destruction, maybe that's what takes these wines from just being great and makes them truly, absolutely unforgettable.